not what you know. And who does the devotee know? Jagannath. Sukhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the eternal well-wisher of all living souls. Therefore, when Jagannath is creating enjoyment for us, he is going to really give us enjoyment. I mean, this musician, well, you must say, I'll kill you with enjoyment. Right? Yes. But then enjoyment, is it supposed to kill you? Enjoyment is supposed to keep on going, enjoying. It's not supposed to kill you. So any type of enjoyment is going to kill you. It's not enjoyment. It is what? Poison. And then if you say, I am poison to one actually enjoyment at a level. But what is inside is dangerous. So the meaning of the holy names of the Lord, Jagannath, Jagat means universe. Jagat. My Krishna, the name of Krishna is Jagat Nivas. Jagat means that the universe, and Nata means God. Just like our Christian deity, Shri Radha, Gopi Nata, the Lord of the Gopis. So when we say Jagannatha, means that the Lord of the universe. I mean, just a few months ago, a few weeks ago, we were having the what do you call it? I'm forgetting the name. Purushottam Mass. We were singing everything every day. Jagannath Swamina Janapata Kami Bhavatu Me. And what is the translation? May that Jagannath Swami be the object of my mission. Because he is the one I know. If you mix anybody who is a bully, whoever who wants to trouble you, you say, do you know who I know? Do you know my boss? Do you know the one who is behind me? The Lord of the universe. So what trick? What can you do? What that is so crazy that you think is going to wave on me, it's going to shake. Check behind the scenes. I said, after which media had taken out me, about papa and I had my said, we will know me. Because you know that I'm trying to miss me, why Jagra? So you swallow your pride. But you know, pride is actually not meant to be swallowed. Do you know that? Pride, false ego, you don't swallow it. We say swallow the pride, of course, another extra. But then, and the funny thing about pride is also is that you cannot swallow it because it's poisonous. Lord Shiva did not swallow this poison of pride, he not swallow it, he kept it here. Because Shiva knows that once he swallows it, it goes into the intestines. And when he spits it out, even when the droplets from when they did was churning, the poison which came out, that was what caused the scorpion and the snakes and all this animals came from just small drops which came from Lord Shiva swallowing. It false ego and pride is the way that once you try to swallow your pride, I tried myself. This has been better than approved by C.Bhagavat. So I know if you try to swallow your pride, it will choke you. The thing is like this, and your throat is like this. It will choke you. And if you want to spit it out also, it is nasty. You are going to offend somebody. Because if you want to spit it out and you are an arrogant person, you are very proud and somebody does something so you want to insult. You will create anarchy, chaos. Until you are thinking, should I? They will tell you swallow. It means that it's no poison. Internal bleeding. Instead of you to just keep it in yourself and internally bleed. But then the best process is to transform. Don't swallow the pride, don't spit it out, but rather transform the pride. That is the only way. Because if you don't transform it to make it pure ego, if it is false ego, it is poison. Whether you spit it out or you swallow it, it's going to have bad repercussions. It's a lose-lose situation. It's the best is to surrender to Krishna, who is the master of ahankara, is the master of false ego, and he can subdue our pride, transform the pride, and make it pure. So the name of Baladeva means that Bala means strength. I remember when we were young, we had this cartoon called Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo is one, he has a very funny looking figure with his hair like this. And when he goes where beautiful girls are standing, he will do like this. And then his muscles will jump like this, and then you'll see this is, yes, with his 6 packs and all that. It looks very... This is not that kind of strength you're talking about. This is not the strength we are trying to fight with gravity. The amount for punching. I want to carry 65 tons. Then you carry like that. And all your practice something in the area. Then you put it down. How many knows Atlas? More my geography, I thought they find Atlas. Or in a globe in the crown. Now I guess Atlas is holding the globe now. I say, because this one is on the gravitational pull is extremely powerful. So it is Balaram. When we say gravity, that energy comes from Balaram. If you want the strength to be able to overcome gravity in all respects, it is Baladev, it is Balaram who can give. He can give that spiritual strength. Spiritual strength is the one that if anybody insults you, if anybody praises you, you still remain as you are. But he's looking very. But as soon as you start to glorify him, was it? I wasn't a front of then he becomes happy, he feels flattered, he's melting away because he likes to be flattered. Crash everything. That is not strength. Strength means that we can be able to tolerate provoking situations, that which is extremely favorable and that which is not favorable. You are still equipoised, you are still in between, you are still holding on to your steez. We call it these days steez, your composure. You are not allowing the extremes to pull you on the other side, but your composure is still as it is. Bhagavad-gītā will say sober, dhira saptera, that the person is sober. But in these days, Gen Z, we say steez. You have to keep your composure, you keep your steez. Your aura, you say aura farming. You don't let anybody dim your aura. But that word aura, it is used in different creative concepts. But it means that you become equipoised as you are. Don't let anybody change you, or don't let anybody mess up your mind because they glorified you or because they criticized you. So Balaram will give us that strength. And he will give us the strength to overcome all the difficulties in the path of Krishna consciousness. He is Balarama. He carries weight. In the additional benefit, if he said more to, I think Krishna cannot handle. And the funny thing about life is that all the things that they tell you, the tricks, they say, we do my pescani, you know, or brother, sit down, this year was signing, this is become one way to go, my say, tapradi, as in one penny, no, you say, oh, you want to fall. That means the problem is we are telling you, carry the load from your head and put it on your shoulder. Or hide now, you cannot take it from your shoulder and put it on your neck. And when your neck becomes extremely tight, you say, take it from your neck and put it at your back. In all the material solutions that we are giving, the load is still on the body. So it is only spiritual life which will tell you, my friend, just let go of this spiritual stuff. The load that you are carrying, the reason why you are able to quickly make steady progress in spiritual life, whatever, is because you are carrying this unnecessary burden, unnecessary load. And what is that load? Attachment. But that means if you see a crazy man, a madman, now who said, Kunkutwa Akran, na on ha, Kunkutwa, one who put Praniade. It's like you know, my friend, the Prani. Bon, a goat, that is his treasure. You dare not touch it. He will tell you that you are actually mad, that he is carrying the treasures of life. So what is the difference between their madness and our madness? Our madness is even crazier, because with their madness they don't create havoc. Nobody wants what they are stealing, so it is peaceful. But ours, we are fighting, we are killing each other to take garbage. So we are actually mad more. We are, I don't know whether we say mad or madness. Than them. So therefore, it's not particular marriage. It says we are living in a